What's up, guys? John B. here. My friend Meredith and I decided to go explore Milledgeville, and we ended up at the Central State Hospital. Now, when I was a kid, if somebody said they were going to be shipped off to Milledgeville, that meant they were being shipped off to the crazy house in Milledgeville, the Central State Hospital. The Central State Hospital, the original name of it was Georgia State Lunatic, Idiot, and Epileptic Asylum. Now, this was opened up in 1842, and it was for people with mental and physical disabilities, and like any other, born with some kind of defect, was sent to, because there wasn't really any therapy programs or anything like that. So they were sent to the hospital, and kind of way it was kind of getting them out of society, just hide them out. But over the years, it kept growing and growing, and more and more people were going there. So by the 1960s, they had more than 12,000 patients in this small hospital at the time, and that was more than what it was able to hold, pretty much. So people were all shacked up in rooms together, and they said the bathrooms were always full. But the hospital was understaffed. They said there was one doctor to every 100 patients there. So the treatment and all was kind of going downhill, and a lot of patients were being mistreated. And they said that the children were confined to cages, the adults were living in straitjackets. They were doing shock therapies, insulin therapy, steam and ice bath therapies, anything. And basically it was a torture chamber, the way it sounds like. But by the mid 60s to the early 70s, some new drugs that came out, and the patients were getting the drugs, and they were able to get out of the hospital and move into like little community clinics and group homes, stuff like that. So the ones that got out, could live a little bit better life. They weren't, being mistreated that we know of. But when they're moving out, some of the buildings were not used anymore, so they became prisons. And I think they had 4 prisons on the grounds at the time. So basically you had the hospital where the crazies were, and the prisons where the prisoners were at, all with right there together. But in 1938 they were going to build a new building called the Rivers Building. Well, the land that the building was going to be built on was a grave site, because they said that over 25,000 people had died from the hospital. And supposedly where this Rivers Building was going, there were over 2,000 people there. So they dug the graves up and moved them to a new location. Well, from my understanding is they basically dug holes in the ground and just dumped the bodies in there, at the new location. So nobody knew who was who. So as you can see in the pictures, there's placards up, and they have numbers on them for 2,000 graves out there. But it's at the Cedar Lane Cemetery, and they put a statue up, as you can also see in some of the pictures. But they put the statue up as a guardian angel for the dead there, and basically, the guardian angel looks over them. But there's been rumors over the years that the buildings at the hospital, because they're abandoned now, people have heard people screaming. They've seen people walk by the windows and stuff like that. So they said it's haunted, and I didn't hear any screams or see anybody that day I was out there. But yeah, it was kind of interesting, because a lot of people will say they can be walking down and they'll hear things or see things. So I gotta go back out there and take some more pictures, because the place is humongous, and one day just doesn't do it justice. So I hope you enjoy these pictures, and keep on watching and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Later.